Join us on another adventure with Wild and Free
Interior Alaska.
On this journey out to our off-grid cabin, we take a little sneak peek of my husband coming out here by himself for his first ever visit without anybody else other than the dogs, just a few little segments of that, and then we move into us getting back out here as a family, enjoying it together, trying to spend more time enjoying life rather than working, but we do accomplish a few different things. One of those is cutting off the purlins and the ridgepole, as well as installing some outdoor solar lighting. And of course, the team worked together, stacking up our woodshed for the winter that is quickly approaching. So join us on this little off-grid adventure together. Yep, you guessed it, that's a caribou.
So it is my first time coming up here alone. I mean, not the dogs, but the only person. It's been about a month since we came out here. Because we had a lot of other stuff going on in life and trips and work and everything else. But I want to make one last trip in the fall, make sure everything's good to go for winter. Really just wanted to get out here. I kind of always wanted to come by myself. I think it's kind of important for people, men especially, to get out in the woods and spend some time alone. It really gives you time to think and everything like that. Also, there's no snow yet. If you remember, last winter our first snow up here was September 2nd. So we're behind that now. Today's the 14th. And I have to go out of the country for work this next weekend, and I'm gone for a week, so I think by the time I get back, it'll be that awkward phase where there's too much snow for wheeled vehicles and not enough snow for snow machines. So heading out today, kind of a last minute plan. It's 5:30 at night right now. It is getting dark, 8:30, 9 o'clock nowadays. So we'll make it out with plenty of daylight. I don't know how much we'll be able to get done once I get there, but we'll get there. You can see the tundra's changing color. If I roll down the window, you can see better. Up here, obviously, all the trees are evergreens, but the tundra itself actually changes color. All these alders have kind of died off. So that's what fall looks like up in the tundra of Alaska.
Although there wasn't a lot for my husband to share when he came out on his solo trip at the tail end of fall, I did want to include it here so that you could get a sneak peek of what our cabin looks like in the fall from a bird's eye view and kind of what our area actually looks like. There's nothing else really in sight. It's just us, a cabin in the middle of the woods, surrounded by some spruce and, little mountains, and this is exactly what it looks like to be where we are when we're showing you us out at the cabin and explaining the remoteness behind where we're located and the little trek that we have to get out here, especially in winter, which I'll be showing you our next visit, which happened a little bit before any snowfall. So we did get in another one of those before the adventures really began in wintertime. Starting our journey at the tail end of September, beginning of October, and realizing that we might be in for a little bit of snow. Let's see what it holds.
It's October 4th, and it's been a little while since we've been able to be out here. We were traveling on several trips. Our kids had engagements with things, and my husband was also out of the country for 2 weekends in a row. So with that said, it's been a little bit, and fall has left, and as you can see, winter has arrived. So our trail's still fine, but we will come into snow up there. And then you look around, there's tops have snow, It's a little chilly. I've noticed I'm actually getting a little cool right away. Temperature is definitely different here. All the little puddles are froze over, and soon we'll be out here on a snow machine. As you can see, there is more snow over on those ridges. The sun is setting. There's snow right here. Snow over here on our mountain area. And, of course, all of the peaks that are at much higher elevation along those ridges. Snow here. So yeah, this might be one of the last times that we're out here with the 4Runner. So while we make our way out to the cabin, some things that we're looking for are ptarmigans in this area. They're probably mostly white, so easier to spot right now. It's a little bumpy, so sorry about that.
So it's bumpier than usual because the ground is frozen. You can see the ice on the trail in front of us.
Through our very dirty windshield.
And all these tracks and ruts.
It keeps focusing. Alright, so as he was saying, the ground's frozen, feel that? So it's very bumpy because it's very uneven and super rocky like. Which is why it was really hard to show you through the window.
To me, this is one of my most favorite times to come out, as we get to experience the beautiful sunsets and still make it out in some daylight. Before we jump into showing you some of our last minute projects that we try to wrap up around the cabin, we're actually just kind of, trying to enjoy life out here and slow down our pace a little bit from our regular life, and that's what being out here is all about for us, until we can one day hopefully be out here more permanently. So we're just gonna take it easy and show you how we just enjoy our time at the cabin and what this season brings.
We just got out to the cabin and it looks like it's maybe 36 in here. Time to get the wood stove started. This time of year, late fall, early winter, we don't have to bring out any ice for our cooler because it's cold enough outside the entire time to just stick our cold stuff in. And it's not so cold that you don't want to come out here and get your stuff, and it's not really going to freeze. It might, but it's going to stay nice and chilled in there. So that is our late fall, early winter fridge system. And eventually, as you've seen us do before, we have to start collecting the snow and bringing it inside, or else everything will immediately freeze out here. But right now, it's a perfect fridge.
I'm putting these chairs away under the deck. Well, really under the cabin, since I think we'll just be sitting out on the deck for too much longer, because that snow is just going to keep creeping down.
That's one of the reasons we got those fold-up ones, is so that we can just easily store them under there without taking up a lot of space, and tuck them well underneath of the cabin until spring arrives.
I blew our box off, but the light's still on. I don't know where the box went. We'll look around.
As you can see and hear, it's windy, and we just realized that our box blew off of our solar, which you might be wondering, why do you have to put a box on it? Unfortunately, these indoor ones that we have in our kitchen have a sensor on them that only allows you to turn it on if it's completely dark. Well, obviously it's darker in our cabin, and it's still, somewhat daylight. You saw the sun setting on our way out. You can see it's going down over there. So we have to fool it and these 6-pack boxes fit perfectly, and that box is nowhere to be found. Nowhere on the cabin, nowhere around the cabin, nowhere under the cabin. We've looked on both sides, and the wind's blowing this way. So like for it to travel all the way over here and around, I have no idea where it is. But luckily, the light stayed on, so that's good news. It's the season of needing our lights on when I come out to the outhouse. Peep our Starlink. Hello. It's amazing. Let's see. Oh, I didn't hit the right one. Here we go. Yay. Oh, I must have only turned on. Oh, that's what I was doing. Okay. Are they gonna stay on? I think I accidentally had hit the settings, so we'll see if they do some weird funky things for me. Oh, it's always nice to see that it's still standing, but this time I'm going to close that door because the wind is coming directly. I'll show you where to close this. Oh, that's good. So the wind is coming in. Like you can see our sign, but it is also the season of wanting to use our blue foam in here. So to do that, we will raise it up. Try not to smash it. And then place it down. We're ready to go. I'll admit, we're cheating. We have some conveniences that we brought out with us. A quick frozen pizza, since it is a little after 8, getting out here after the work day. So we are having some quick, easy frozen pizzas. That's why we got an oven. It's another beautiful early winter morning here. It's pretty calm today. It's a little cloudy. Hopefully we don't get a big dump of snow so we can get out of here with this. It worries us a little bit going over the steep part of the mountain. So hopefully we'll be all right, but we'll take it easy today, but still accomplish some stuff. But right now it's time to enjoy some coffee and the nice views, and it's nice and warm and toasty in the cabin. Got our new wood stove going, and everybody seems pretty comfortable with that. But yeah, it's another great day to be out here, and so happy to be back. This is the longest it's been in between visits. It was just a really crazy fall, and we're gonna probably work on some wood today, I think. So yeah. Breakfast is nice and simple, but a cabin favorite that we look forward to. What is it?
Cinnamon roll.
Mm-hmm. Cinnamon rolls. Did you guys sleep good?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Were you warm?
Uh-huh.
Were you too hot, or were you just right last night?
Just right.
Just right.
No, you said you were cold. In the morning.
And the morning was a little chilly. Yeah, we let the fire kind of die down. I don't know if you can hear them, but you can hear the dog because he wants to be out there. But they are outside doing some target practice and zeroing in one of our 22s for ptarmigan. Maybe they'll go out later. And meanwhile, I'm cleaning up some dishes from last night and this morning. And I just wanted to show you that the creek water that we collected, this is what I'm using to rinse them. This is the most sanitary, but it's fine. But this little setup now feels like first world. It's so nice being able to just turn this on and off and have like a faucet right now, as opposed to our other one from our drinking water that's a little bit different. So that's really, really nice. And I'm very pleased with finally committing to trying this and making life a little bit easier. And this is rechargeable. We use our solar pack to recharge it, but it lasts for quite a while. And it's just so convenient. This feels very first world-ish here now. The little things that can excite you when you are getting more acclimated. Of course, we have a very tiny sink. So, fitting this big pizza pan, which also does not fit in our oven, but it's okay. We cooked it directly on the rack, and then we put it on the pan to actually serve it. Woohoo! So that feels like a big success, and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. Of course, there is the obvious water splatter, you know, because that's coming from so high up compared to where our sink is, but I just look at it as water that we can use to now wipe down our countertops. You know, after cooking and making food here anyway, try to always keep it wiped down. So it's just another way of using the water that we've got to keep everything clean. And after this, I'll go clean up the stove right here. But just wanted to show you how this thing is coming in super handy for washing dishes and made my morning so much easier. When we were clearing, you know, around our property to make a better opening for fire, we took down these last summer, and believe it or not, they are already frozen to the ground. So I'm gonna have to get the sledgehammer out here, the axe, and break them free so I can finish loading to haul it into our woodshed.
We're gonna get a little work done today. It's not all fun and games. We're finally gonna cut the excess of this off because, as you can see, this gets wet and it seeps back under the eave, and we don't want it to rot. So we're gonna cut them all off today. These two end ones will be pretty easy, but the top one's gonna be a little interesting. Hopefully not too interesting.
Because any time that we've put the ladder up there,
we usually use it. We put the ladder like from
we
where I'm
put the
standing
ladder
up to there
against it.
And it works good to get on the roof, but since you can't lean it against it because you're gonna cut it, we're gonna have to put the ladder that way. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We're gonna do it. We're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right.
So Dad's screwing in a little board so the ladder won't move. We're gonna cut off that. We have already cut off some of this, but gotta cut off some more. I think that board might actually prevent him from getting a big concussion. And maybe he won't have to go in before they put him in the hospital.
There we go. That's pretty good.
He's been there before. From an incident of black rabbit.
I'm gonna try and cut it so there's a little bit hanging on so I can grab it and it doesn't come down and take out my ladder.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. But Worst case, I'm gonna come grab the hold of the ladder and try to dodge it.
So the first attempt, we ended up hitting a screw, and so we had to go in at a different angle, and this one proved very challenging just based on the distance from the ladder to the actual ridge pole. This next attempt was a lot more successful, cutting at a different angle, although maybe not the most pretty. It's what we had to do in order to get it as close as possible to the edge of the roof to get this ridgepole off of there safely. And it was challenging, but we're just about there and made it through.
You gonna wiggle it off?
Oh, this isn't my favorite thing.
I'll grab it when you get. Let me grab it from right there.
Hey Dad, may I suggest something?
No, I need you to hold the ladder.
May I suggest something?
What?
Hit it with the ladder.
That actually, you know what, son? That's smart.
You just slide the ladder and then hit it a few
Yep.
times.
Think is that loose? Can I lift it up?
You're doing it! Darn, I'm so smart.
Good idea, son.
Good idea,
Yep.
buddy. We did it. We did not. There you go. Yep.
That's what we call hand-fitted.
Quite some time ago, what's left of this box after traveling out here in the winter, I picked these up on Marketplace. There's some solar, kind of like outdoor spotlights per se. And we're going to finally put those up so that we can illuminate our steps and stuff when we come out here and not necessarily have to always have our headlamps on to make it closer to the outhouse or whatever else. Or if we're doing something out here, unloading, loading in the dark is soon upon us. So we're gonna go ahead and try to install those. Can you bring the drill back out?
I don't know, but I can get it. You got the screws?
I do, they're in my bag, yeah. Alright. So the plan is to probably put it something like this.
So attaching the solar was pretty straightforward, obviously, just screwing in the bracket and then mounting the solar and then using the cords to attach them where they need to go.
You come here often?
Yeah.
The cords just screw in directly to the little solar panel, and then we could place them wherever we wanted, which we chose one right there at the stairs and then one a little further closer to the outhouse near the other window on the other side of the cabin. So it was pretty neat that we were able to kind of put them where we want them and alter them with the direction, and there was different size cords in there as well that came in the packaging, so you could have it closer or further away. These ended up being a huge benefit to our lighting, especially when we let the dogs out or we're outside trying to make it to the outhouse or loading and unloading. Just the smallest little thing makes an absolutely huge difference here off-grid.
Now we're moving on to the next side. Got the other one. I'll show you what they look like when we're all done, because you get the general idea. It's not too complicated, just something we've been meaning to do, and now we're doing it.
Just a closer, quick little look at exactly how these install. Super easy, as you can see. We put the bracket on and then we just attach the solar, put it in the direction we need to, facing the sun, and attach the cords, and then attach those onto our purlin and mount our lights, and ta-da! Easy as that.
We got the outdoor lights installed. There's one there. There's one that runs over this way. And then I'll show you the ones over here. This one. And then that one. So we'll be able to light up a little bit for everything we do outside. Wood, in the dark, loading, unloading, you name it. Meanwhile, the boys are breaking some ice down there. It's a little pool of ice. Up, back up, bud.
Yeah. We're cutting this off because it was in our way from shopping.
Oh, okay. If you remember, we had some wood piles there, which I'm finishing cleaning up. We had some wood piles scattered throughout here of trees we cut down. Hauled up some longer quarters, bringing them over here. Cameron cut those up, and then now our kids who helped us haul them over there are now stacking them. So we'll take a closer look at that.
We are super grateful and appreciative of how hardworking our kids are. They're out here learning the meaning behind hard work. They know that we want warmth in our cabin when we come out and visit in the winter. It's essential, and they aren't afraid to put in the hard work to make that happen. There's no complaints from them, and although you can't hear it because I've sped it up, this is actually like 30 minutes of them stacking this, and I wasn't clearly there too often. I was gathering other wood around the property to bring closer, but they were talking the entire time about books that they're reading and the characters and what they're enjoying about the books and why each other should trade books and read the other book that the other one's working on when they're finished. And it was just really the cutest thing for me to watch from behind the scenes, because I wasn't here to actually experience it as I was gathering the wood out in the other areas. So it was really cute, and we absolutely love how they get along so well, how they work so hard, and how they are great contributors to our life out here at the cabin when we are out here off-grid together. And it just really makes my soul happy, so I'm happy to share it with you, and I hope you all enjoy seeing the behind the scenes as well.
Taking a closer look, we added another full row, then another half a row today, with all of our combined hard work and effort to hopefully last us a little while for our winter visits. Hopefully our new wood stove is a little more efficient, but we are getting our woodshed more full. Another gorgeous morning here. And last night the aurora was out again, but we didn't capture it. Finally, after what was more than a month for us, we were finally able to get out here with the boys. Cameron came out for one day while we were at Boy Scouts. We had a relatively relaxing weekend, not a lot to really show. We really focused on moving all of our wood piles that you did see, and stacking up our
woodshed that we had built. We also took off the front overhang from the Purlins, and then kind of redecorated a little bit, put up a few more decorations, just making this more cozy like home. One day we'll be able to retire here, one day. And we really just kind of hung out, played some games. Did I miss anything? What else did we do? We had a fire. Yeah, we had a fire outside. That was nice. Weather was great. The aurora was great. As you saw, there's snow out there, and winter is beginning, but I think we had probably the nicest stretch of weather we've had in quite some time. So that was really, really nice to be out here with such great weather. Overall, it was just a really relaxing, for the most part, weekend. Fun. Did a lot of target practice and just had a great time with the boys. And now it's time to go. They're outside. You can kind of see them through the window. They are harvesting lichen out there. I'll show you quickly. They are harvesting lichen for the caribou. We had some caribou come through here a few weeks ago. They came down our trail and hung out and ate lichen and pooped in the yard, and they are breaking up all that lichen for them, stacking it all up. So that's their contributions. We did install these outdoor solar lights that you saw too, now that we have that cut off. So we cut those off and packing up, ready to go. We'll see if we make it out here one more weekend with the 4Runner. I think we have a relatively good forecast in the future for us, so I'm hoping that means that we'll be able to get out here another time before we're in that dreaded waiting period of enough snow to get out by snow machine, but too much snow to safely make it up and down the steeper areas with the 4Runner. So until next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Give us a like and subscribe and follow for our next adventures on Wild and Free.
Interior Alaska.